basics for me is the trust and pride that we have as a workforce and how we do our jobs. And that technical expertise, along with the trust and respect that we have in our employees, I think is one of the core tenets of Tech Ops.
When it comes to the technical operations, ABC-123s, we have the basics, and those are really the core values, the fundamental way we conduct ourselves when it comes to safety, expertise, and respect.
Safety is such a broad word. It's in the fabric of everything that we do. I mean, we talk from safety from a personnel perspective, we talk about keeping airlines safe. So there's just so many aspects to safety, but when you think about it from the personnel side of the house, it's how we do our business and what we're thinking about when we're out there doing our business. You know, when we go out there to perform our maintenance, we have to make sure that personally we're doing it the safest way we can because we need our people coming back every day. Secondarily to that, we have to think of the safety of how we're actually performing the maintenance and the way the equipment is performing so that we can safely work with aviation in totality.
We provide the safest aviation air navigational service in the world. And so we just can't take that for granted. We have to continually look for ways to improve. NAS first, people always. Safety is part of our mission.
Tactically, we have operational risk management, which is a process that is used to identify risks proactively before we perform maintenance, before we do a modification, before we have any sort of interaction with the NAS. We use ORM to identify these risks and mitigate them appropriately.
You know, one thing that I try to preach to our folks is that we don't know who's on the plane, and it certainly could be one of our loved ones, right? So that's protect who we protect first, family. When we do the operational risk management, it just gives us an apparatus to make everybody aware of the event, where we can at least have the ability to see it, manage it, and everybody's already aware in the event that things go bad.
People ask you, so what keeps you up at night? And I know some people say cybersecurity or resource or something. To me, what keeps me up at night is our ability to not just manage it, to identify and manage risk. We need to communicate what it is that we're trying to do. We need to assess the worst case scenario. And then what are we going to do if the worst case comes true? And the concept of risk management will actually get us there successfully.
So often when I think of expertise, the word pride comes in right behind it. You know, our people are experts at what they do. It's an amazing, complex system. And in order to execute it the way that we do, from installing to providing parts and services to actually maintaining the system, it takes a great level of expertise to get that done. And I think that core expertise comes from the pride that they have with making sure that it is the best system in the world.
Controllers and technicians are the most empowered employees that ATO has. Why? Because they're out there with their hands in the NAS every single day. There's nobody staring over their shoulder. There's no supervisor standing behind a technician saying, I need you to enter this, I need you to do this. No, we've trained them, we credential them, we certify them, and then we set them loose on critical infrastructure. Now, most companies will hire electronic technicians and say, you're an electronic technician, go out and do this stuff. But we don't. We start with, here's the best electronic technicians that we have. Now let's spend years training them on the expertise that they need. We do that because we take this job seriously. These are serious jobs.
Along with our core business, you know, how we do our job is respect for each other. And that's built into an area in the B and basics that we'll continue to focus on. We have a great reputation of respecting our internal partners in air traffic, our external stakeholders in the airlines. We're going to build upon that, but we always need to keep that in the forefront, that we respect each other, we treat each other well, we look out for each other, and somebody has your back. The fabric of the National Aerospace System is technical operations. The dedication and professionalism within our workforce ensures that our mission is always upheld.
Tech Ops in general, I just love the culture. Our culture is can do. We're always there to the end, and that's one thing that I'm very proud of.